Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and seeing back once again with some more Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket ranked matches. And in today's video, I'm playing a deck that I've been trying to build forever, and that is a Flareon EX deck. This deck is really simple in its composition. It just revolves around Flareon EX and the non-EX Flareon that came with the Eevee Grove set. What took me so long to actually play this deck was that my luck with the Eevee Grove set was just absolutely abysmal, and I just now drew all the cards that I needed, namely Flareon and Eevee EX. But now we finally have it, so now we're finally playing it, so better late than never, I suppose. Probably so late that depending on how long it takes me to edit and what other videos I need to put out first, this might come after the Lugia and Ho-Oh set, but hopefully not too much later. And I'll be making videos on that as well, presuming I can draw the cards I need in a timely manner. But for now, we're playing Eevee Grove stuff, and I do plan on doing more Eeveelution challenge videos as well, now that I have all the cards that I need to run every form of every Eeveelution. But yeah, that's enough of me rambling. I'll have the entire deck list this deck in the description of the video below should you want to try this deck out for yourself or simply improve upon it. But for now, I'm going to shut up, and we're going to get into some matches here. I'll be back when I find my first game. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here, and we do have the good fortune of going second, which is always nice here. And we get an Eevee and a Flareon, though not the right Flareon that we want to start out with, honestly. Ideally, you want to start out with the other Flareon because it is your engine to get this Flareon going, to build it up to attack. But we got a Giratina up front and a Darkrai in the back, so this is going to be very annoying to deal with, so we don't want that Darkrai to get built up. But it's going to keep chipping away at us, so it's going to be a big pain in the ass. We do have an Eevee Bag in our hand, so we can either heal or do more damage, and of course, there's Giratina, which is very often paired with Darkrai here. Alright, see how long it takes us to get built up. Hopefully not too long. I would like to see the other Flareon if I could, but we're not going to get it. So we'll just get our other Eevee. No EXs though, that's okay. We'll put an energy into this Eevee and we'll just draw a card. And we won't actually do any damage to ourselves because we're not actually attacking into Giratina. And we get an Eevee EX. So the faster we can mill this out, the better, because we want to get our Flareon up and running, ideally. And we don't want Giratina getting going in the back here. But we're going to draw another Eevee Bag, which is not good here. Alright, I'm just going to put energy into this Eevee on the bench. We're going to go ahead and just evolve that one into Flareon. And we'll get our other Eevee up. Actually, probably wasn't a smart move for me to go ahead and evolve that Flareon. But I'm more just gambling on me being able to mill the deck out and draw into our other Flareon. 2 in 10 chance, so not too bad, I guess. But Darkrai can just keep chipping away at us here, unfortunately. Alright, Giratina is going to be ready to go next turn, so that also complicates things, but we do get our Flareon. And we can survive a hit from Darkrai. They need to leave get Giratina out, so that's all good things for me. Now I could forcibly tag Darkrai or Giratina in. I hit him for 40, so Flareon can come in and KO them. So I might just do that, so we don't have to attack into this Giratina. Alright, so we're going to bring the Darkrai, which is expected. We are in turn going to lose this Flareon, but our other one would build up and we can one-shot it. Now, would they opt to run, or will they keep Darkrai in and just take out this Flareon? That is the million-dollar question here. Alright, they are going to retreat with Darkrai. We are going to pull it right back in next turn, though. And they're going to bring Giratina right in here. And that's actually okay with me. We want to get this Flareon back here built up as much as possible. So I'm going to spend here. Now, do I want to retreat? Because Giratina cannot one-shot me anyway. So that might actually be the wise choice. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this Flareon out. Bring this Flareon in. I'm going to forcibly Cyrus into this Darkrai. And then we are going to take it out with Flareon. We do lose 2 energy doing this, but with its combustibility, we can put 2 energy right back into it. Now we're going to take 130 from Giratina. But that's okay, and the bright side is we can use combustibility because we have 2 Eevee Bags. And we can play them in the same turn, so we can heal for 40, I want to say. I can't remember if it's plus 20 or plus 10. He's got red. Forget everything that I just said. Okay, well that definitely complicates things. So what I'm going to have to do here is to want to bring an Eevee or Flareon. I'm going to bring an Eevee in the off chance that we draw our other Flareon EX here. I did not. Okay. I'm going to put a poison bar up into this Eevee. And we're going to Sabrina in the Giratina to buy ourselves, hopefully, a couple of turns. Barring if they have a leaf to live long enough to hopefully get our Flareon EX. Now, there are 2 oaks in here somewhere that would help me draw that, but we have not been fortunate enough to get that yet. But of course they had a red. So please don't have a second leaf. Now if we draw into our Flareon EX, we do just win here, barring them being able to run with Giratina. Because we can combust twice and then one shot to Giratina. Please don't have an X speed. Please have nothing that will help you here. Okay. They do not, thankfully. The next turn, Giratina's gonna run. So we do pretty severely need Flareon EX. So hopefully this oak will get me what I need. All right, there it is. That should be game, set, and match here. We get our Flareon out. Get energy into Flareon for free. Take the 20 damage. And do fire spin to take out Giratina and net us the win here. And take another 20 damage from Giratina on the way out as well. All right, well, we managed to beat Darkrai Giratina with Flareon. Luck was a little bit on my side there, so we were able to thankfully pull that out. But hopefully we can string some more wins along here as we continue to climb back into Ultra Ball. But yeah, good game set opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here. And we do have the good fortune of going second once again, so that's very nice. And we'll start with this Eevee, put our Eevee EX on the bench just so we can draw more cards. Now let's see what we're up against. All right, Sweets Relay deck. So time is going to be of the essence because we don't want them to get that Alcremie going. But we do have our Flareon Eevee EX in our hand, so in worst case scenario, we can get built up here. All right, thankfully that's Rocky Helmet's not going to matter too much out of the gate. Let's put energy into Eevee here. And that Rocky Helmet's not going to affect us because we're actually not attacking into Milcery. And we get another Eevee EX. Alright. Alright, so we kind of make this a race against the clock for them as well. Now they're running water energy, which tells me they're probably running Irida, I would imagine, so they can heal. The Flareon can one-shot everything they got, and with the Combust, we can continue building Flareon, but we don't want to take too much damage with that ability. Alright, so we draw into here. We get another Poison Barb, so let's just go ahead and throw that into Eevee. Now, I'm trying to think if I should evolve or not. Might as well. Just to make sure we don't get one shot by anything stupid. And we get our Flareon up and running. Next turn, we can attack Milcery. And we can keep stacking energy into ourselves as well, barring damage. But yeah, Alcremie is the real threat of the stack right now. So we gotta make sure that goes away. We're gonna lose our Poison Barbs, which isn't the end of the world. Alright, let's see what they do here. I presume attack any moment. Alright, this knocks us down to 110. We get a Pokeball, so we'll get our final Eevee up here. There's the lead. Alright, let's get energy into Flareon. Let's Cyrus into Alcremie. Just to make things a little bit harder on them and get rid of the boss monster of the deck. Now we do lose 2 energy for this. But again, we can build that back up. But there's a chance we do lose Flareon if they evolve Swirlix into Slurpuff here. Which very well could happen to me. And yeah, that was the gamble I took. And we lose our Flareon because of it. Now the problem is that Slurpuff can one-shot everything and anything on my bench. So we're going to bring in the EX Eevee because why not? And we get a Pokeball, but there's nothing else for me to draw. So I might be kind of screwed here. Alright, we're going to Sabrina in the Vanillite just to try to delay. And we'll attack it because we won't KO it anyway. Alright, now what's probably going to happen here is I would imagine they're just going to immediately tag out. Yep. Yep, very unfortunate that we could not draw into any of our other Flareons. So we're just going to have to drop this game here, unfortunately. Wasn't a bad start, but still not the optimal round we could have had, and we lost because of it. But good games to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and once again, we get the good fortune to go in second. I'll never complain about that, especially playing a fire deck. I think I pretty much had just about the same exact opening hand every time, but we do have the type advantage going up against a grass deck here. I've not seen a Victory Bell deck in a very, very long time. Not probably since Genetic Apex in the game first came out. Alright, let's see if we can get built up before they can. We get another Eevee. I swear I've had like the same sequence of cards just about in every duel. Alright. We get another Eevee here. And again, we have our Flareon EX in hand, so we can get that going. Let's mill our deck out. I actually wouldn't mind this being the other Flareon. It's Poison Barb. Take what we can get though. Alright, there are two oaks in here somewhere that I've only seen once. And we get another Pokeball, so we'll get our final Eevee out. And there's the Mad Lad Giga Chad. Now, I think I probably just need to evolve this Eevee because a Weeping Bell will unfortunately KO it. Alright, we get our Flareon out. Put a poison barb into it just to kind of make him not want to attack me. And we get our turn there. Alright, so this is Executor, Victory Bell. Not a horrendous deck. I've played this deck a time or two. Definitely not as good as everything else, but it can be a fun deck. Especially if it works and you don't brick on Victory Bell. Alright. There's our other Flareon. Actually would have been nice a turn ago. But alright, let's get Flareon up and running here. And take out the Bellsprout. We lose 2 energy in the process, but we can build it back up for a cost of 20 damage. But they're going to bring in the Execute. And they evolve into Executor. We unfortunately cannot one-shot Executor with Flareon, which does suck. But we can hit it for 150. And if I draw an Eevee Bag, the duel's over. Well, I can only afford... We only need to do 1 energy pool anyway. We get another Flareon, though. So, okay, this might be check and mate regardless. Well, actually, it is because they got poison. I forgot that I had the poison barb on me. So we take our 20 here. And because the type disadvantage, they're going to take 150. And this Flareon's actually going to live to see another day. Alright, well, down goes the Executor Victory Bell. They actually managed to get rid of it before Victory Bell managed to do anything. And, well, because we had the type disadvantage, they kind of had a big uphill battle to climb. So we were able to pull that out. But good game to the opponent. Now we're back on it fine. One more match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here. And good luck has been smiling upon me today. Because we've been able to go second 4 straight times, which I've never had that happen. I've gone first 4 straight times. I know that feeling. And they are also running an Eeveelution deck of some kind. Predicting, or presuming by the energy there, I'm going to guess it's Jolteon. Alright. Jolteon and what? Maybe Tapu Koko? I tried that deck out for myself and thought it was pretty good. Pretty solid, at least. No, Magnetzone. I did not think to try that. Which I can see how that would be pretty decent. Alright, we get a Poison Barb. We've got 2. So let's just put 1 on this Eevee. And 1 on this Eevee. Unfortunately, we don't have Flareon like we have been starting out with. So we're going to try to pull that bad boy. So let's see. We get another Eevee. Alright. We are not in short supply of Eevees, for sure. Alright, they're actually playing Sylveon. Okay, that makes sense, because they get a built-in Oak here. But we're not under any threat of it attacking. So that is nice as well. Magneton can't attack either. But we are at a race against time now. For Magnetzone just rear its ugly head. Alright, well, I guess... I'm going to build up this Eevee in the back as a safety net, because I don't know if this Eevee will live very long, especially if they have Magnetzone back there. And we get another Eevee Bag. Alright, no Flareons, so we are kind of in a bad way here. Oh, they are also running Psychic Energy. So the Sylveon will be able to attack me at some point. Alright, so we do really need a Flareon of some kind, which it looks like I'm not gonna get. So we're gonna just have to keep milling our deck out. Alright, I think I've drawn every card so far that's not Flareon. There's still 1 more Eevee in here somewhere. And 2 Professor Oaks. which does not want to come out to play. Alright, they probably have Magnetzone, more than likely. We lose both our poison barbs. And they pop our poor little Eevee for 110. Alright, well, if they KO this Eevee, we just lose, unfortunately. So this really needs to be Flareon EX. And it is not. Okay. What are the odds that all 4 Flareons are stacked on top of each other at the bottom of the deck? I would say pretty good. Alright, there's Flareon. Now if he switches in one of these Eevees, that's going to suck a whole lot. Now the problem is, well, goodbye Flareon shit. At least we got Flareon back, I guess. Alright, now the problem is I can't one-shot this Magnetzone, which is a problem. And I have to use Combustion at least once to make any headway with Flareon. And I can't forcibly switch anything in, but we can heal ourselves immediately with Eevee Bag, so there is that. So we gotta spin the Combust. Take the 20. Gonna play the Eevee Bag. Gonna heal for 20 to undo the damage we've done to ourselves. And we've got to use Fire Spin. Now, the bright side is they don't have anything on their bench that can one-shot me. Alright, we still KO the Magnetzone, so I'm not really too scared about that, even if they play anything else. But did I just say they don't have anything on the bench that can one-shot me? They could absolutely kill me here. The hell am I saying? Alright. Whoa, we're kind of in a pretty sorry state, honestly. I think the best I can do is KO Magnetzone. I mean, I can get back up to 40 health, but that's going to survive nothing here. So we're just going to have to accept our loss. Even if I were to tag Eevee in, we wouldn't have been able to KO Magnetzone, and Magnetzone would have just one-shot me anyway. Or one-shot the Eevee, I should say. And, yeah, Sylveon wouldn't be able to KO anything, but, again, KO the Eevee, I should say, but still. And they had another Magnetzone for good measure. And we got Mars just because they can. And down goes our Flareon EX. Alright, well, we're going to drop another duel with Flareon here, but we're going to go 2 and 2, so 500's not bad, I suppose. But, and I know this is not the optimal way to play this deck. I just wanted to try an all Flareon deck out for myself to see how good it would do. I know that there's a bit, I mean, I think the optimal way to play this is Flareon and Leafeon, which I will probably try now that I have all the Eeveelutions available to me, so we can actually get creative with some more Eeveelution decks while also still trying to balance doing the new Ho-Oh and Lugia set, depending on how long it takes me to get anything to build a deck out of that. But yeah, all that is for me to say that I'm going to end the video here. If you made it this far, I do thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.